that knockdown, it looked more like a flash knockdown to me. What was the first thing that came to your mind when you?
Just stay composed, and I wasn't hurt, like you said, he kind of just caught me off balance. We were both throwing at the same time. But I was good the whole time, and I was just ready to get back to work.
His style of fighting, it might help you, like in the future, because not too many fighters can be pressing you like that. You know what I mean? So you think you learned something from this fight?
Definitely, this was a great learning experience. Like I said, Sadjo brought a good different style that I hadn't seen in a professional fight yet, and definitely just gonna learn from it. Go back to the drawing board and come back better.
Yeah. Well, you go, guys. How would you rate it?
It's a tough fight, just what we expected. Sadjo, he's here for a reason, a great undefeated fighter. Been avoided through his whole career, but we got through it, number 25, and now on to better and bigger things.
New team, and you also talked about a lot of emotion. Like, some of that coming into the fight.
No, of course not. I stayed locked in. Did what I had to do. Like I said, just credit to Sadjo. He was a tough fighter. He came and gave it his all. But I got through it and came out on top. And that's what matters.
Yeah, Diego, you really just, it was a test fortitude, just overcoming the knockdown, standing in the pocket with him. What did you learn more about yourself, and was it something that you felt was the best time to come out before fighting for a world title meeting next year?
Going up in the ranks, you got to experience all different styles and different levels of fighters, and today, we faced a great fighter, Sadjo. He came to fight, he came to win, and I did what I had to do, and came out with the win.
What was what he said? I mean, it was a really good performance. I think he showed something that he hadn't showed before. He had a lot of pressure put on him. He got dropped. It was a flash knockdown, but he still got dropped. I mean, that's fact. And then came back, and I thought, what I liked about it was he had him really hurt in 11. He actually tried to finish him in 12, where he was well up in the fight. So people love to watch that. I think he's going to learn so much from that. I think people sometimes forget he's 24 years old, and he's probably sitting in now thinking, having fights like that. But long term, it will. Like, he has now had all the education he needs across all different styles to compete at the top level. You don't have to fight anybody else. No more learning. You are what you are. You still improve. But everything that he's learned from McCumbee, from Nelson, from Sadjo, to Selecki, to all the different styles. Now we need the big fight. And I just said to him now, say to you guys, he might. Some people might watch that fight and say, we'll fight Pacheco next. Right? In the past, they might have gone, no, we'll leave him alone. Because when Boots fought Judasian for the second time, it didn't look that good. Stanionis went, I'll fight Boots, actually. And then Boots turned up and spanked him. And that's what he'll do to Jaime Munguia. But hopefully, that's the fight we can make next. It just makes so much perfect sense. Do that fight in Los Angeles. Munguia's a great fighter, a great name. He's got a big following in Los Angeles, one of the top super middleweights in the world. We're not limited to Munguia, but that is the natural fight to make.
Hey Diego, real quick, what is it about the Munguia fight that interests you so much?
To me, it's just it would be an honor. When I was a young 18-year-old kid, I was able to fight on one of his undercards, and I saw the love he got in LA. The people who follow him, the way people support him. And I just looked up to him when I was a kid. I remember as an amateur kid going up to him and asking him for pictures and stuff like that. So. Be an honor for me to even be mentioned in the same conversation, to be able to fight with him. To me is a dream come true, and I feel like now I'm at the level where I'm ready for those fights, and like I said, those are the fights that I need to really get to that next level.
I saw some tape on your shoes. Going on with your foot or ankle, or was it just?
No, it was actually when I was here warming up, I noticed my sole was kind of ripping on the bottom. I don't know how that happened, but we had to just tape it up last minute and
Feel it in the ring at all?
No, not at all. I just felt it when I was warming up here, and I noticed why he tripped over.
You got that? Was it a clash of heads?
It was headbutt. Yeah, he headbutted me quite a lot. So that's what that was when I was. Never sparred Munguia. Never. Like I said, the only times was when I asked him for pictures. The only time that I've interacted with him.
Hey Eddie, I'm curious to know your thoughts on what Terrence Crawford what you think Terrence Crawford is going to do next over the next year. Do you think they drop those
Well, I
belts?
mean, look, Canelo says he wants to rematch it, so we'll have to see. Obviously, the WBC's gone. The WBO, if that becomes available, Diego will be next in line for that because Shiraz and Diego are there, and it looks like Shiraz might fight for the WBC. But before that WBC order, we were already talking to Shiraz's team about fighting Diego for the vacant WBO belt. So, look, we want to fight for the world championship, but we just want the big fights now. He deserves it. He's had his apprenticeship, so like it's time to roll the dice. And by the way, like those Sadjo, they're dangerous fights. No one really wants to fight him. But you've got to if you're going to go for if you're going to go to the next level. If you're not good enough, you're going to get found out. He didn't get found out because he's that good.
Also, just for the record, I've never turned down a single fight my whole career. Eddie Hearn is here, as a witness, and every fight that he's ever presented to me, I've been 100% willing to take it. And I know, and Billy's team has a lot to say about me turning down a fight, and that was never the case. We never had a date. We never had anything set. When Eddie Hearn presented it to me, he presented it to me as they wanted me to go be a B-side fighter, and basically money wasn't good. All the odds against me, and obviously at the time I was 23 years old, so here with the best promoter in the world who's been leading my career since I was 17, I trust him 100% with my career. I love everything he's done up until now, and I trust him all the way until
You're only 24 now.
to the end of my career.
Oddly so.
Sure, and that's a fight I'm willing to take whenever. Sure.
Your favorite athlete won the day. That's not finished, right?
That's not
So with
finished.
that being said, you in the ring, what
There's a lot to improve on, from my inside game to my outside game to my defense, everything. We're gonna go home, watch the tape, and get right back in the gym, and obviously stay in shape. Of course, enjoy the holidays and things like that. But this is my lifestyle, and this is what I love to do. So get back in there and get back to work.
Diego, what improvements you think you need to make as a player? I mean, you had a good 2025. What is your plan for your goals for 2026? What can we expect from a fighter like you in 2026?
Just to come back better. Like I said, right now, go back home, look at the tape, and look at the flaws that I made in this fight, and just get back to the gym and the drawing board and come back better. Like I said, I'm ready for whatever fight is up next, and I feel like with performances like this, it opens the door for a lot of fights, like Eddie was saying, and I'm willing to fight whoever. Performance, I feel like I showed that I can get through adversity, the styles that I've seen, and I was playing. Results are all that matters, and that we came out.